Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, we people, the human being, are striving and struggling to achieve certain things. Certain things in the life. It could be money, it could be material possessions which can be bought with the money. It could be a kind of, honor in the society. It could be being famous, attaining the celebrity status, being influential, being powerful, being beautiful, being handsome, being charismatic, being glamorous. So, experiencing certain items, certain things. So, that is all what a human being is striving and struggling for. It's fine, it's all okay, and there is nothing wrong in that at all. My dear friends and fellows, did you ever pay attention why a person is trying to do all that? Why we are trying to do all that? It is actually the pursuit of happiness. We people, all the humans, we are working for the sake of the happiness. We want to become a happy human being. And this happiness is actually the real reason behind all our endeavors. So now a question arises that on the one hand, do we succeed in becoming happy person after achieving those things? First of all, it's not certain or necessary that whatever we are struggling for, we will be able to attain and achieve that. Number two, if at all, even if at all we have achieved, it is not compulsory necessary that we will be able to attain the happiness out of that. Maybe if at all the happiness is there, but it's not on a permanent basis. Now, does it mean that we should not be striving and struggling for the sake of all those things? No, I don't mean that. We should continue if at all we want to achieve all those things. If at all it is good for us, if it is not bad for others, we should try, we do have the every right to strive and struggle for all of those material things, for all of those honors in the society. But now a question does arise. Another question that can we attain the state of happiness even without that? Yes, indeed we can attain the status of happiness without that as well. So this state of happiness is going to be the topic of our today's discussion, and now we are going to talk about how to be happy. How to be happy. Six golden rules of happiness. Six golden rules of happiness. Let's look upon what are those six golden rules of the happiness. First of all, the number one golden rule of the happiness is sleep well. Sleeping well. So sleep is one of the biggest, I think, biggest blessings of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Sleep is one of the biggest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should never underestimate the importance of it. Because in the absence of it, on the one hand, our mind, our body does not function properly. On the other hand, we cannot be a relaxed person. We cannot be a contented, satisfied person because our systems are not working properly. So I think the first of all, to be able to experience the peace and joy, we must sleep well. Sound sleep of at least 7 to 9 hours are needed for a human being, and it's better to sleep early because there is a very beautiful certain phrases that early to bed and early to rise makes the man healthy, wealthy, and wise. So I think that we need to sleep well. First of all, number two, golden rule of happiness. Second, golden rule of happiness: stay away from all sort of addictive items. The very main alcohol, people use the alcoholic drinks to be that's an addiction, any sort of drugs are an addiction. The most common of all the addiction is a cigarette, that's a cigarette, a cigar, or what have you. So that's the most common addiction, even the caffeine which is found in the tea, in the coffee, in the soft drinks, this caffeine too is not good at all, and accompanied by a lot of sugar, so all of these are all of these are I These addictive item, every sort of addictive item must be, any sort of addictive behavior must be avoided as well. So this is actually this is a kind of slow suicide. If at all we surrender and succumb to the urges inside for the sake of an addiction, that's a suicide, that's a slow suicide. So avoid all sort of addictive items, number two. Number three, third golden rule of happiness: improve your social connections. Yes, improving your social connections. We need to have more and more and better relationship with the people, and that means and that matters a lot. That means and that matters a lot, and because we the humans are the social animal, so for all that reason I think it is really important to improve our social connection. And it does give us satisfaction, it does give us a peace of mind, it does give us a happiness, it does give us a sense of achievement, and it is better and very good for us as for our targets are concerned, as for our goal setting, as for our plans are concerned. These are really very good. Now, the fourth golden rule of the happiness is exercise regularly. Fourth golden rule of the happiness is exercise regularly. Could it be walking, jogging, running, gym, yoga, aerobics, whatever you do it, any form, weightlifting, any form of the exercise. The easiest of all these is the walking, easier, which can be done anywhere else. For all that reason, I think that we should be doing the walking or any other form of the exercise, but that must be done on a regular basis. Exercise regularly. Now, the fifth golden rule of the happiness is eat an anti-inflammatory diet. Inflammation, whatever foods are called the inflammation, that's bad for our health. And sugar is a very common out of all those. Sugary items. Could it be in the tea, in the caffeine, in the soft drink, in other, in the sweet dishes, etc. So sugar or the bakery or all of these, these are the inflammatory foods. All what we need to do, it is not very difficult to know what is good for my health, what is good for the human health, and what is not so good for the health. So social media is full of all that, telling the people, educating the people that this is good, this is not good for your health. So whatever is good for the health must be taken, if it is available, and whatever is bad for the health is must be avoided. And we need to work hard on that. And what is more, the sixth golden rule of happiness is, minimize complaining. We are seen complaining for most of the time, for all the time. We are seen criticizing for most of the time. We need to slash, we need to minimize, we need to curtail 90% of the complaining. We need to curtail, we need to cut it off some 90% of the criticism. And we need to develop an attitude of gratitude. We need to be grateful to the people. We need to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to say Darood on Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And then we need to be grateful to our parents. Then all those people who have done one type of favor or the another type of favor anywhere else in our lifetime. We need to be grateful to those people. We need to be grateful to the people who didn't do the bad things with us in our life. We need to be grateful to the society. So being grateful, I think that is something very good. And instead of complaining, criticizing, because all of that is actually are holding grudges against anyone else, complaining, criticizing, being biased person, being a biased or prejudiced person. So all of these things, I think that must be abandoned and thrown into the river. It should be buried permanently, and we need to develop an attitude of gratitude. Now, these were the six golden rules of happiness. Thank you very much.